Hello, I'm Katie Varner.
And I'm Gus Davis. Welcome to TMN Television on Thursday, September 26th.
Tonight, we take a look at an environmental talk from Mayor Zach Burden. We also hear about new resources at the Career Center.
And don't forget to stay tuned for our Truman Sports Update. These stories and more tonight on TMN Television. You don't want to miss this.
Last Friday, September 20th, there was a global climate strike which was organized by the Climate Reality Project. In attendance was Truman professor Christine Harker, who asked listeners to join together in order to address climate change. Also in attendance was our own Missouri Hall director and Kirksville mayor, Zach Burden. Burden urged those in attendance to contact local lawmakers and state representatives, saying, quote, "Our local communities are where we can make the most impact." He also urged people to make a change in their own life if they want to see climate change matters addressed. He specifically mentioned transportation, telling people to walk and bike places to not only help the environment, but to also force local governments to act. If the environment is something that is important to you, be sure to check out the Truman Sustainability Club's event all week next week called Face Your Waste. For more information, check out their Instagram at tru.sus or their Facebook at Truman Sustainability.
Truman State University recently hosted a bike sale to raise funds for the bike co-op. The sale sold 28 bikes, which were abandoned by students at the end of last semester, for $28 apiece. The bike co-op plans to use the money to purchase wholesale bike parts to sell to students when their bike needs repairs. Students can get their bikes repaired by the bike co-op for just the cost of the parts, as all labors are completed for free by scholarship employees.
This semester, the Career Center has expanded its services to include several different types of mock interviews. In addition to one-on-one interviews, students can now practice with panel interviews, virtual interviews, and virtual screenings, and mini case scenarios. Virtual screenings are used by many companies to narrow down their list of candidates for a position. In this process, an applicant submits a video of themselves explaining their qualifications for the position. At the Career Center, students can prepare for this by recording a video and then reviewing it with a Career Center staff member. Jenny Noon, Assistant Director of the Career Center, says many case scenarios are becoming more common in the medical field. These case scenarios work like speed dating, Noon says. Each recruiter presents a scenario that the applicant must work through in a limited amount of time before moving to the next recruiter. The Career Center has simulated this process in the past and has added it to its list of services. If you are interested in a mock interview of any type, contact the Career Center, located in the Student Union Building, room 1110, inside the Student Involvement Complex.
The dry campus policy at Truman State University is being pushed for a change. Young Americans for Liberty, Student Government, and Jana Stoskov, Vice President of Student Affairs, are looking into changing the university into a wet campus. Stoskov says she's currently putting together a committee to see if there is a change in this policy. The president of Student Government, Deanna Schmidt, says Student Government passed a resolution last spring regarding the dry campus policy. This resolution states that government supports the right for students 21 years and older to drink on and off campus. She also says 3 members of Student Government are on Stoskov's committee, along with members of the Residence Hall Association and a couple of students.
Next up, we have our Truman weather forecast with Rachel and Bria.
But first, a quick break.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Good evening, friends. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Bria.
And we weren't here last week. Finishing the rest of this week, on Friday we will have scattered thunderstorms. Close those windows, friends, because there's an 88% chance of precipitation. This Friday is Christ on the Mall, an event open to anyone on campus starting at 6 p.m., and the rain will not prevent it. The rain site is the Baptist Student Union. On Saturday, we will also see some rain with scattered thunderstorms throughout the day. Don't worry, though. The AM Housing Workday will still be happening from 9 to 2 p.m. at 215 North High Street. Come on down and help out. Sunday is about the same as Saturday, more scattered thunderstorms. Don't leave your house without a raincoat these next few days because it's going to be a wet one.
That is right, Rachel. Bring your umbrellas, folks. Monday will be partly cloudy with a high of 84 degrees. Perfect weather to head on down to the quad at 7 p.m. for the kickoff of Sustainability Week with a movie and a free reusable straw. Tuesday, the first day of spooky season, Rachel will not be working in the library until 1 a.m. because #self-care. However, there will be scattered thunderstorms with a high of 83 and a low of 65. Wednesday will be colder and rainy with showers all day and a high of only 71 degrees. Pull out those flannels, aesthetically ripped jeans, and pumpkin everything because fall has finally fallen.
That's right. Next week, Thursday, it will be cold with a high of only 62 and rain in the morning. No worries, though, because you'll be inside watching your favorite on-campus news show at 5:30 on Channel 36.
And afterwards, at 7 p.m., you will be attending the Sir Baby Girl concert in the Sub. Admission is $5, and it is guaranteed to be a good time. Special thanks to our student-run radio station, KTRM, for putting on this awesome event. Thanks for listening, folks, and have a great rest of the week.
Cape Air, your wings to St. Louis, with nonstop service starting at just $29 each way. Enjoy free parking at the Kirksville Regional Airport. Then hop on one of our fast flights to St. Louis and be there in under an hour. You can take the Metrolink from the airport directly to your favorite downtown destination. Dine, shop, catch a game, or visit the zoo. Save time getting to St. Louis and more time enjoying St. Louis. Book today at capeair.com and enjoy the ride.
Coach Theo Dean is the new women's basketball coach after Coach Amy Egan announced her resignation last year. Dean came to Truman as a visual communication freshman in 2010. He loved playing basketball and being around basketball in any capacity. His love for basketball led him to the women's basketball office, where he worked as a manager with the team. After managing the team, Dean received his undergraduate degree and became a graduate student, which allowed him to become a graduate assistant coach under 5-year head coach Amy Egan. After graduating, he moved to Kansas to work for a while, but soon returned to Kirksville to become Egan's right hand again. In his 3 seasons as an assistant alongside Coach Egan, Dean helped lift the team to their most wins in the program history with 23 wins last season. A few days before the season started this year, Dean received the news that Coach Egan is leaving the Bulldogs. He officially became the women's basketball head coach. The Bulldogs have a challenging season without the winningest coach in program history, and with only 1 senior leader and 7 new players. The team and their new coach accept the challenges this season and want to repeat the success they had last season.
The men's and women's cross-country teams finished at the top of their classes at the Leduc Invitational September 14th, with the women taking first and the men coming in second just behind Central College. The women finished with 31 points in an average time of 24 minutes for the first 6,000-meter run. The men finished with 47 points and an average time of 27 minutes for the 8,000-meter race. Coach Tim Swegler said that he was confident the women's team would win the meet and the men would place in the top 3. The meet was mostly Division II schools, so the team was confident going in. Carly Garnett placed number 2 for the Bulldogs and 4th overall with a time of 23 minutes. Garnett says the Leduc's Invitational was a good course with slightly more hills than the team was expecting. With 17 teams competing, Garnett says that the women's Biggest competition came from the home school Grinnell College, who came in second place. Thomas Cormier, who finished first for the Bulldogs and second overall with a time of 26 minutes, says the men showed improvement since their last meet. Cormier says the team was working together more and lowering times. The team will play at the Division II Showcase Invitational at Trevecca Nazarene University on Saturday.
The Truman State University football team has been undefeated so far this season. This is the first time since 2012 their season has started out like this. This will be their first conference match of the season. The Bulldogs first defeated Drake University, then went on to play Wayne State University at Stokes Stadium. Their most current win was against Valparaiso during Truman's Family Weekend. With a record of 3-0, the Bulldogs will hit the road to take on Quincy University this Saturday. This has been your Truman Sports Update.
Be sure to stay tuned after the break.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, "Read your lease. No pets allowed." My owner tells him my dog ate the lease. That didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Thank you for tuning in with us tonight. For complete news coverage, be sure to stay tuned to KTRM, pick up a copy of The Index, and look at Detours Magazine's latest adventure online. Don't forget to also check out our news content on tmn.truman.edu.
You can also follow TMN on Facebook and Twitter for breaking news updates. And if you missed part of our broadcast tonight, check out TMN TV on YouTube.
And if you've ever thought about being on TV, be sure to head on over to tmn.truman.edu/apply to fill out an application today. Our own reporters, Rachel Whitehouse and Gabby Tweehouse, are starting a new segment called Humans of Kirksville, where they will highlight a different person each week and tell their story. They need your help. If you have a story to tell, email Rachel at rew4871@truman.edu.
From all of us here at TMN, thank you for tuning in and have a great rest of the week.